Okay, so you've seen we have a very powerful situation with Impact 101. Let's talk about a great strategy to maximize the donations that you receive. We call it the 3 Grids to Freedom plan. It's important to know 2 things in order to maximize the donations you receive. Number 1, we have 8 different grids: a $40 grid, an $80 grid, a $150 grid, and so on, all the way up to a $4,800 grid. Each of these grids is a totally separate donation stream. The more of these grids you're in, the more donation streams you have coming to you. The second thing to know is that only about 5% of all donations system-wide happen in the $40 grid. That means that around 95% of all donations happen in the other 7 grids. So if you're only in the $40 grid, you're missing out on a lot of potential donations you could be receiving at the other grid levels. So with this in mind, here's the strategy many people are using so that they can maximize the donations they receive. Start with the first 3 grids: the $40 grid, the $80 grid, and the $150 grid. The total outlay on that is $270, of which $135 is donated to your inviter, and $135 is donated to the other person you fall beneath in the grids. Now, the goal is to use the videos in the system to find 2 people who do exactly the same thing. They see the big picture just like you did, and they start with 3 grids just like you did. Let the videos do the work and the explaining for you, and you will find those people. You share this with some people, and Bob and Sue both get the picture and join you. They start with the first 3 grids just like you did. They each make a $135 donation to you as their inviter. They also make a $135 donation to the other person they fell beneath in the grids. So you've invited 2 people who did what you did. You've now received 2 donations of $135 for a total of $270. You've now got your $270 initial outlay back, and you're at a break-even point. And it happened quick because you let the tools do the work for you. Now you help Bob and Sue do the same thing. Find their 2 people by using the videos and the system. They each find their 2 people who do the same thing and start with the first 3 grids. Bob finds Joe and Sally. Now, Joe and Sally both make a $135 donation to Bob, who's their inviter, and they also make a $135 donation to you because they fell into your grid. Sue finds Tom and Mary, who each make a $135 donation to Sue, who's their inviter, and they also make a $135 donation to you because, again, they fell into your grid. So let's look at what happened. Your initial outlay was $270, and you've now received $810 in donations back. You've tripled your initial outlay, and the great news is you get to do it over and over again. So here's what you do next to maximize your donations. Take $270 of the $810 and use it to re-enter the first 3 grids so that you can continue receiving donations there. Take $300 of the $810 and use it to now enter the $300 grid. That opens up a whole new donation stream for you where you can be receiving $150 donations. That leaves $240 extra for whatever you're raising funds for. So when Bob and Sue help their 2 people find their 2, they're going to do the exact same thing. Complete their grids, use the $810 they received to re-enter the first 3 grids for $270, enter the $300 grid, and put $240 towards whatever they're raising funds for. You invited Bob and Sue, so they're going to be making donations to you in each of those 4 new grids. Bob is going to donate $20 plus $40 plus $75 plus $150 for a total of $285 to you. Sue is going to do the same thing. You've now received $570 more in donations. And when Joel, Sally, Tom, and Mary help find their two, they're going to do the exact same thing. Complete the grids, use the $810 they received to re-enter the first three grids for $270, enter the $300 grid, and put $240 towards whatever they're raising funds for. They're going to donate $285 to their inviter, and they're going to donate $285 to you because they fell in your grid too. That means you've just received another $1,140 in donations. So let's look at your situation now. You just received 6 donations of $285 for a total of $1,710. Here's what you do next to maximize the donations to you. Take 570 of the 1710 and re-enter the first 4 grids so that you can continue to receive donations there. Take 600 of the 1710 and use it to enter the $600 grid. That opens up a whole new donation stream for you where you can be receiving $300 donations. That also leaves $540 more to put towards whatever you're raising funds for, and you now have 5 donation streams to be able to receive donations in. As Bob and Sue and Joel and Sally and Tom and Mary help their people with their 2, they're going to do the same thing. Complete their grids, use the 1710 they received to re-enter the first 4 grids for $570, enter the $600 grid, and put $540 towards whatever they're raising funds for. They're going to each make a donation of $585 to you when they land in your grids. That means you've just received another $3,510 in donations. So let's look at your situation now. You've just received 6 donations of $585 for a total of $3,510. Here's what you do next to maximize the donations to you. Take 1,170 of that and re-enter the first 5 grids so that you can continue to receive donations there. Take 1,200 of it and use it to enter the $1,200 grid. That opens up a whole new donation stream for you where you can be receiving $600 donations. That leaves $1,140 more to put towards whatever you're raising funds for, and you now have 6 donation streams to be able to receive donations in. And you just keep marching up into the higher grids by repeating this. So what did you do? You started with 3 grids and you recovered your initial outlay of $270 quickly by using the videos and the tools to find your 2 people. You helped them find their 2 and you duplicated that with their people. You received donations all along the way, which you've used to jump up into higher grids and also put some significant funds towards whatever you're raising funds for. It's funded itself, and soon you're in all 8 grids with 8 different donation streams coming to you. Now think about that. You can have donations of $20, $40, $75, $150, $300, $600, $1,200, and $2,400 coming to you over and over again. And so can your people, because you've helped them do what you're doing and they're copying you. You've now maximized the donation streams coming to you, and you can be receiving donations in all 8 of the grids continuously. It can be never ending. Now, maybe you want it even faster. Well, there's a couple ways that you can make it happen faster. Number 1, start with 4 grids and duplicate that with your people. Or start with 5 or 6 grids or more and duplicate that, whatever works for you. Number 2, find more than 2 people. The more people you invite, the faster it goes because your grids fill up even quicker because all of your people are following you. This is the strategy that will help you maximize the donations to you. Of course, it all comes down to being coachable and using the tools that work, as well as taking significant action. Now, this is an example for example purposes only. Your individual results may vary depending on your own actions. Plug in with the global Impact 101 movement, and you will get the results you want. We look forward to helping you succeed. Have a great day.